This video is to show you how to adjust your hydrostatic transmission so that it stays in neutral properly and doesn't drift. This is for B6200 and 7200 Kubotas with hydrostatic transmissions. You don't need to pull this top cover off. I just pulled it off to see when the last time I changed the oil in it was. There is a cover that with two bolts that cover this up, and in there is your adjuster. It's kind of hard to see. I'll show you in the shop manual, but there is a groove on either side of the bolt there running through that piece. And just to show you, this is the cover that I pulled off. This tractor was tending to drift backwards in reverse, so it was always a pain. You'd have to put the parking brake on, push the clutch in, and put the gearbox into neutral or shut the tractor off. So it was a pain. It didn't drift off too fastly, but obviously it's still a pain when you just want it to be in neutral. I'll show you then, I have the shop manual, I'll show you the diagram, and I'll let you read the instructions as well for it, on how they recommend you adjust it. First of all, you're going to jack up the rear of the tractor, making sure both rear wheels are off the ground, and you are going to make sure it's only in two-wheel drive so that the front wheels can't try and push the tractor around. And basically that piece there that the bolt is in the center of, you will turn counterclockwise to make the tractor go forward. And you'll do that till you find where forward is, and then you'll back it off until the wheels stop, and then you'll do clockwise for reverse. And they want you to make marks in between, or at the end of where basically your tractor is going forward and going in reverse, and then basically they want you to center it up in between those marks to get your best possible scenario for having it in neutral. Now mine, since it was going in reverse, I wanted to go just basically move it counterclockwise so that it would lean more towards, it would put it back towards forward, but I stopped before it would go forward and just had it that it was at neutral again. I took it out and test drove it. Works beautifully now. I'll show you the shop manual. The shop manual is a bit of a pain, these old shop manuals to use. There is, as you look through the manual, you first come across a transmission section, which is for your standard gear-driven transmission. So you don't want that. And then there's also a B6200 and 7200 hydrostatic transmission section. And it goes in, it shows you a bunch of diagrams of the flow and your pressures, and that's helpful, but it doesn't show you the adjustment for neutral. Then if you look farther down towards the bottom of the shop manual, you'll find an HST section. And you'll want to go under the check and adjustment section. And here is your adjusting neutral part. And this is that eccentric piece that you need to put a flathead screwdriver in and do way you can turn it. And then this will show you the procedure as they have it, explaining it, because I'm sure not everybody has a shop manual for these, and let alone, I've looked this up before and found it, but it took me forever to even find it today, because some of these old manuals just did not have a very good layout and weren't overly user-friendly. So if you have an issue with your B6200 or 7200 HST not being adjusted in neutral properly, hopefully this will help you. If you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe.